Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I coach people to play their professional and personal games big. You know, it happens way too often, but sometimes there's a job that you're interested in. It seems so exciting to you, and then you get on board and discover it's not what it was cracked up to be. That's what happened to someone I was representing a while back who declined going on a final interview for me and instead accepted a position that she called her dream job. And it's perfectly understandable that she do this. This video isn't about to complain about that. But the issue is now her dream job is turned into a nightmare. And what do you do? So when you're put in the position of having to deal with this, I think there are a couple of simple steps to take that will help you figure out whether this is just, a temporary occurrence or something that you need to take action about. And the first thing is to just talk with your colleagues to see whether the circumstances you're in are normal or unusual. Sometimes a firm, sometimes a department or a group is dealing with a crisis of some sort. And as such, it's all hands on deck. People are scrambling around, and all that well-planned, well-organized stuff that your future boss was talking with you about is out the window. You may find out that this is going to be a 1 week or 2 week occurrence every 6 months or so, and that's something that you can tolerate. Or maybe a one-time thing. They've never had this happen before, and thus you can breathe a sigh of relief. I had one person years ago who called me up and when they followed this advice, learned that they were the fifth person in that seat in the last 8 months, 9 months, I don't remember exactly, but some short period of time. And thus there was a signal in that, quite obviously. So often it's a temporary occurrence, and it's important to find that out. So once you know that, from there, meet with your boss and talk about the circumstances and see how long he or she expects this to go on. Sometimes this change is permanent, like there's a reorg that's putting the department in a different role. And that's happened in 2 or 3 weeks before you started, or in some period of time after your conversations with the firm have ceased and they've gotten into the offer phase. And no one's communicated the change to you. So if this is a permanent change, then you have a decision to make. And frankly, obviously, dust off the resume and start looking for a new position. Don't lie about where you're working or speak bitterly. Speak in matter-of-fact terms that allow people to understand your circumstances. Some people are going to be horrified about what you've decided to do. That's fine. More often than not, you're going to get an empathetic response, as long as you don't act angry, as long as you're not, go ballistic here. And I must all candor say, sometimes employers exaggerate the good qualities of a job without doing a good enough job of describing the difficult parts of it. The result is employees are frequently shocked about what they're stepping into. It's unfair, and it happens. The question is, what do you do about it? I've given you, 2 preliminary steps before dusting off your resume: speaking to colleagues to see if this is atypical, and then from there, speaking to your boss to understand clearly. And speaking to your boss, I'm not talking about attacking your boss, just trying to understand what's going on, because you had a particular impression of the role based upon what he or she said. You just want to understand. I'm Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. There's a lot more there to watch, listen to, or read to help you find work quickly. And if we're not connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request at linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. Have a question about job hunting? At my website, click the tab that says Have Your Job Search Questions Answered. I'd be happy to answer your questions. I'd also be happy to coach you throughout your entire search. Hope you have a great day. Take care.